Welcome to the Word for Life podcast, a daily devotional covering the entire Bible from Genesis to Revelation.
In Exodus 19, the people of Israel reached the desert of Sinai and camped near a mountain. Moses climbs up and down the mountain 3 times to speak to God. Each time, God gives him a different message. In verse 3, when Moses goes up the mountain the first time, God reminds Israel how he carried them on eagle's wings from Egypt. Now, if they will be obedient to him, then they will become a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. This means when they obey God, they will enjoy access to God's presence like priests, and they will be different from other nations. In fact, they will be a model to other nations. So Moses came down the mountain and conveyed this message to Israel, and they promise that they will obey the Lord. Moses then went back to God the second time. Now the Lord told Moses to prepare the people because God is going to come down on Mount Sinai in a dense cloud in the sight of all people. He is going to speak to Moses, which Israelites will be able to hear, and therefore they will put their trust in Moses. Now, how should Israel prepare for this experience with God? Number 1, they must wash their clothes. Washed clothes meant people have purified themselves to meet God on the third day. God also commanded Moses to put limits for people around the mountain and tell them not to approach the mountain. Whoever touches the mountain is to be put to death. This made people aware that God is holy and they are unworthy before Him. God also told them to abstain from sexual relations. This does not mean God considers the gift of sex as sin. Here, God wanted the hearts of His people. Therefore, He wanted them to give full attention to what He was going to say to them when He descends on Mount Sinai. After Moses prepared Israel like this, on the morning of the third day, there was thunder and lightning, and a thick cloud covered the mountain, and there was a very loud trumpet blast. Mount Sinai was covered with smoke. The smoke billowed up from it like a smoke from a furnace, and the whole mountain trembled violently. The sound of the trumpet grew louder and louder. Friends, creation could not bear the visitation of the Lord. Then the Lord descended to the top of Mount Sinai and called Moses to the top of the mountain. So Moses went up Mount Sinai for the third time. Now the Lord warned Moses. He asked him to go down and warn the people. They must not force their way through to see the Lord. This is not the time to get curious and try to have a closer look at God. Such playfulness will be punished. People will die if they come near. People must not think they are now somehow fit to approach God. Even the priests must be careful, or the Lord will break out against them. But Moses assured the Lord that the people cannot come up Mount Sinai because God Himself has warned them and He had put limits around the mountain. The Lord then sent back Moses, "Go down and bring Aaron up with you. But the priests and the people must not force their way through to come up to the Lord, or He will break out against them." So Moses went down to the people and told them what the Lord had told him. Friends, there is only one emphasis in this entire chapter. God is holy. He cannot be taken lightly. He is holy, and people, even after washing their clothes and preparing themselves, are still unworthy. Even the priests are unworthy. Even Israel, whom God carried on eagle's wings, are unworthy before God. Though God calls them a treasured possession, Even they cannot take their status before God as an excuse. Today, believers cannot take God's grace lightly. They are God's people, but they cannot casually rush into God's presence. They cannot neglect their need of Jesus, who is our mediator. Believers cannot neglect the need for the precious blood of Jesus to make us clean before God. And when they approach God, believers cannot use the name of the Lord in vain. Friends, we could also learn from Moses, who climbed up and down the mountain. He met the Lord and he prepared his people and acknowledged the holiness of God.
Thanks for listening. We'll see you tomorrow for the next episode of the Word for Life podcast.